Alright, here we are for round number 2. We're playing against Boxer Boy. We're on the draw. Boxer Boy, I've played against a lot of times. I always forget what he's playing, so can't really tell you guys. I know it's something tier 1. This hand looks pretty good. Brainstorm with a fetch land can really undo a lot of bad stuff. Okay, looks like Affinity, maybe Kodiltha Boros. Those should both be pretty good matchups for this deck. I think I'm probably going to save both my Brainstorm and my Ash Barrens. Alright, Prophetic Prism. I do have to decide if I want to play this Boilerworks or not. Let's go ahead and just pass. I want to get more value. That's a great draw. I'm gonna just go ahead actually and play this island, and then I'll brainstorm and probably fetch this turn. Anchor Wellspring, not a problem. Alright. If I get some more lands, I might just shuffle away this as it Boilerworks. Electrickery I don't want at all. So the reason to get rid of the as it Boilerworks is that I would like to play, I'd like to get to 4 for Scred. This is a tough call. Maybe I get rid of my Talisman. I'm really attached to the Talisman, but I'm not going to have time to cast it for a while, so maybe that's a good one to get rid of. I want to keep these lands. Talisman is just kind of like a really slow land. Let's grab a Mountain. I wonder if my opponent thought that I was actually on blue-black again, because I'm pretty sure that I've defeated Boxer Boy with my blue-black deck. So I'm not going to counter anything that dies to Flame Slash. I will counter an Atog or a Gearseeker Serpent, but not a Forger. Alright, let's go get an island with this. Fortunately I can't Scred this end of turn, because I don't have enough lands yet. Okay, let's go ahead and just Flame Slash that guy. I want to save my Scred because it can kill an Atog, like a pretty big Atog, later in the game. I don't want to let an Atog resolve, so I am kind of stuck holding this Exclude for that. So Gearseeker Serpent I can kill. This Atog I can't really kill. I'm just going to exclude it. I don't want to spend 2 burn spells on it later. We'll see if I get hit by an Atog here. Probably would be my guess. But that might be okay. Let's go ahead and Flame Slash it. It's got 2 free sacrifices, unfortunately, but still, can't just let him have those 2 free sacrifices next turn on top of it. I'm going to play the Augur Bolas to block him. Okay, we got Deep Analysis. I'm going to pick up one of these islands. Makes our Scred worse, of course, but I guess I'm glad I kept this as a Boilerworks. See how much I regret not countering that Gearseeker Serpent. Problem is my opponent then just doesn't cast Atog, and I'm stuck facing a 5/6, and I'm still kind of far away from Scredding it away. I would have been able to kill it this coming turn, but I would have had tap really low, and I don't know. So it should be kind of tough for my opponent to kill me this turn. I think even they need Temur Battle Rage plus like another artifact at the very least. But we could easily be dead here. It wouldn't surprise me at all with Atog and Fling and some artifacts. My opponent's kind of taking a long time. Maybe he's counting. who's got like 2 Galvanic Blasts and wants to know if like Galvanic Blast my Augur and Galvanic Blast me, if that's enough. One thing I do know is that I will block if my opponent attacks me. So I'll just talk about the sideboard a little bit while we're waiting for our opponent here. Obviously I'm bringing, oh, here we go. Yep, a Forger. And a Mere Enforcer. No attacks, huh? My opponent is not interested in sacrificing even a single artifact. Alright, it's a tough call. If I want pieces of the puzzle, I can cast Deep Analysis. I can start scredding these guys. I'm gonna have pieces of the puzzle. Unfortunately, I can't hold up Counterspell if I do it this way, but I'd like to hold up another red. Well, I could do it like this. I still can't hold up Counterspell though. Nah, that's about the same as just tapping the 3 islands. Okay. Mana base, a little awkward. We're playing Pauper after all, so I got a Scred and a Preordain. Gonna cast both of those. I'd like to find, I think, more land. Muldrifter's actually decent. It gives me another chump blocker for Atog. I'm gonna put these both on top. Top and top. Let's go ahead and Scred this Mere Enforcer. Opponent's gonna sacrifice it to Atog. I'm just going to go ahead and Scred the Forger as well. Just do it right now. I'm tapped out. Maybe my opponent was playing around Dispel last turn and I could get in trouble for doing it this way, but I think it's okay. What's my opponent going to do here? Okay, they got a free sacrifice on the star. Alright, they're taking the decision away from us. I think if they have Temur Battle Rage, I'm dead. Yeah, looks like I am. I don't think I'm quite dead to Fling. But I am dead to Temur Battle Rage if they have that. Oh, I am exactly dead, aren't I? Exactly dead to Fling. Pretty brutal. Didn't really have any outs here. Well, I guess I won't concede until they actually show me. Alright, so gonna want the Gorilla Shamans and the Hydroblasts. I have to decide if I want the Dispels, and I don't know if I really want them that much. I think I'll keep the one. I also kind of like to bring in Pyroblast a little bit against these decks. They've actually got a lot of blue spells, like 10, like a ton of them, so I'm gonna go ahead with these. Cards I don't really want, definitely don't want Electrickery. I'm gonna cut 2 Firebolts and 2 Lightning Bolts. The Lightning Bolts and stuff are only good against Frogmite. I'm actually gonna cut all the Lightning Bolts, and then I know Deep Analysis is pretty slow, so is Una's Grace, so let's go with this. I don't know, I'm kind of experimenting at this point, so plays might not all be optimal or whatever, but we'll keep this. It's not amazing, I don't have any good removal or anything like that, but Preordain can hopefully fix a lot of stuff for us. Obviously going to fetch out an island here. Going to Preordain and play the Izzet Boilerworks most likely. Yep. See if we get Pyroblasted. Sweet. I'm actually very happy that that happened right now rather than one of our more important spells. I do have to decide here if I'm willing to play out a Talisman, and I'm going to. So our opponent can resolve something here. and we can't do a lot about it. But like next turn, I can play this talisman and hold up counter spells. Fortunately, my opponent always has an ATOG. There's nothing I can do about it really. So I think I have 2 pieces of the puzzle here. See what I can find. Swirling Sandstorm, it's pretty strong against this deck. I think I'll grab... Do I want 2 Sandstorms, or do I want a piece of the puzzle into Sandstorm? My last Affinity opponent was playing a bunch of, they're playing like Duresses and stuff. I'll grab another Sandstorm. Alright. I do have to deprive something in order to Sandstorm, but I expect I'll be able to deprive something this turn, even if it's just that. Yep. Gotta get a 7th card in my graveyard, so just gonna deprive that. I don't know if I can really die here. I'm sure I can, with like the right series of draws from my opponent. It's a little interesting that my opponent is actually like sacrificing all this stuff that he could sacrifice for free later. Like, is he gonna sack that too? That's interesting. Is this lethal? I doubt it. Didn't really count. But anyway, now my opponent has to sacrifice a bunch more stuff to ATOG when he had like a bunch of free sacrifices. Let's go ahead and preordain. If I find a Hydroblast, I don't have to use my Sandstorm. Okay, I did find a Hydroblast. Don't really need another land. Down tap. I just want a Sandstorm anyway, so for this to live, he has to sack 2 things. And then he'll have a lot left still. He'll just Hydroblast. And then I'll play my Talisman out. Actually, I'll hold up Exclude. Alright. Seems pretty good. Kind of wanted to like bait my opponent into... Yeah, I'll let that resolve. I kind of wanted to bait my opponent into sacrificing a bunch of stuff, but didn't really happen. The reason I let this resolve is I can just Rolling Sandstorm it away. I got 6 mana. I do have enough to Talisman plus Sandstorm. I think I'm going to play the Talisman. I'm going to play a Flame Slash and hold up Exclude. And I'm still going to exclude these ATOGs. I would also exclude a... What's it called? A Gearseeker Serpent. Do kind of wish at this point I had 1 more pieces and only 1 Sandstorm. But if my opponent had to rest one of these, I could have just lost the game. So, don't really want that to happen to me. I'll let that one resolve. I'll just Whirling Sandstorm both of these away. Alright, another Swirling Sandstorm. Now I really regret it. See if this gets Hydroblasted or something. Nope. Alright, so we're reasonably far ahead here, but our opponent is just really like 2 thought casts away from really pulling back into this game. I would like to draw like a Gorilla Shaman would be the greatest draw right now. I'd also use like a Deep Analysis. I'm gonna let that one resolve too. I'll just Rolling Sandstorm it away. Looks like my opponent's running out of gas here. So luckily Swirling Sandstorm deals 5, so I don't have to worry about that guy. Do I need more red? Probably not. So I'll go and grab an island and play it. Make the same play as last time. Deal you 5. Alright. So my opponent hopefully thinks that I have run out of Swirling Sandstorms and like commits multiple things to the board this turn. Looks like that wasn't the case. I think I'm gonna let that guy live for a little while. I'm gonna hope to induce one more creature. See, like this is how our opponent could come back, like a Thought Cast into another Thought Cast, or like a Perilous Research. But anyway, I'm gonna let this Frogmite live a while because I can just Pristine Talisman to account for most of that life. Another Flare Husk, not a big deal. I mean, it's kind of a big deal eventually. It's going to be a little annoying, but I'm okay with it for now. Radiant Fountain, sure. So I'd really like to sweep up a 4/4 with this Swirling Sandstorm, so I'm going to save it for now. For at least a little longer. The problem with the second Flare Husk is now, once they play 4/4s, they can equip both Flare Husks. And I'll be kind of out of luck. Hoping to draw a Gorilla Shaman at some point. That makes me feel a lot safer that I can get rid of an ATOG. Yeah, Gorilla Shaman, I could take out all 5 of those right now. And I could take out the Flare Husks too. Alright. Deep Analysis is a pretty strong draw. Let's just go ahead and do that. Alright, that was enough for our opponent. They couldn't handle it. Alright, for game 3, I'm going to leave all this stuff in. I don't really see anything that would make me want to change my sideboarding at all. I didn't see too many instants or anything that make me want a bunch of Dispels. Yeah, stick with this. Alright, this hand's a little slow, but I think I'll keep it. Probably going to lead off with this Mountain. Oh yeah, definitely. So I'm going to kill this with Firebolt. Want to get a card out of my hand so I don't have to discard when I play my Boiler Works next turn. Also, it's sometimes usually good to kill the Germ so they can't use, what's it called? So they can't use any Springleaf Drums they might draw. Let's grab a Snow-Covered Island. I do have Skred in my hand, so I think I'm actually going to... this is a tough one. I kind of just want to only play... Yeah, changed my mind. I was going to play the Boiler Works, but I want to get up to 4 snow-covered lands before I go too crazy. Okay, Frogmite. Mirror Enforcer. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab an island. Counterspell. Gorilla Shaman. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that right now. It is pretty annoying if they have Hydroblast. Okay, they don't have Hydroblast. Alright. So, as long as we can remove these creatures, we'll probably win the game. I'd like to draw another land for this Skred. Don't really want either of these. I really want a snow land of some kind. Okay. Found one. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put the Deep Analysis on top and then the Muldrifter, and then next turn I'll probably Pieces of the Puzzle and get that Deep Analysis. Okay, let's go ahead and just Skred this guy right now. I'm going to attack for 1. Boom! So it's probably like my opponent's last turn to one of their last turns to draw out of this. Boxer Boy says I need to play 150 cards for the matchup to be fair. Awesome. So drew our Gorilla Shaman. I'll give him a winky or a smiley face too. Alright, awesome. We're off to a 2-0 start. Affinity, pretty decent matchup for this deck, I think. I'm 2-0 against it now. It was one of my practice matches, and I won it pretty easily. They can always punk you out, especially in game 1 with the Atog Fling combo, but we have a lot of removal that kills their creatures, so... And the Gorilla Shaman is just kind of like the trump card. So, we will, yeah, hopefully we continue to have good luck, and I'll see you guys in round 3.